Hey everybody, welcome to the Kel-n-Rich Show. My name is Kel, and this is my wonderful husband Rich.
Nice of you to be here. Thanks for coming.
Tonight we're going to be answering some of the questions that you've been submitting through the website. If you have questions you want answers to, the website is knr.wtf, and there's a menu system at the top. You can also submit your requests on the homepage, and if you want to submit some lyrics to share with other people that are meaningful, there's a lyrics tab again at the menu system at the top.
Yeah, and for now, we're going to give you an opportunity to ask questions of us because they've been asked in the comments section. We've done about 700 videos at this point. We've been doing this, we just finished our first 4 months. So there was a real kind of hankering for figuring out or finding out what makes us tick, some details about our creative process, asking us for some advice, ways to have better relationship or find that metal chick or find that metal guy or have, just overcome certain things. So we've become almost like a little, sounding board, things like that. So we figured, it's high time that we dedicate some time away from the first reaction videos to answer some of your questions. So we're going to get right to them, okay?
And we're not counselors. We're not professing to be financiers. It's just our opinions. And
yeah,
it's just conversation with friends.
Yeah, This is a conversation with friends, and we just happen to have a lot of experience with relationship, and we've been professionals working with clients for the better part of 30 years, combined 50 years, and happen to have gone through some long-term relationships and got our bumps and bruises and children and experienced people unfortunately committing suicide or suddenly passing away. Yeah. We've lived hard and well, so that we give our best to you. That's what Ask Kel-n-Rich. That's what the Ask Kel-n-Rich segment is.
Yeah.
So Richard Thomas asks,
hi Richard,
how can a viewer tell when you've done their reaction request? That's a great question. We dealt with that a little bit last night, and it was basically explained like this. We can't email you. And we would love for it to be automated, like when your request gets done, like an auto responder says, hey, check out your request, it was just done. The best that we can do is post the most recent videos,
which we have been doing,
on our homepage, and you'll see the top. How many do you have on there now?
There's about 225. So I started at the back of the very first ones, and I've been moving forward through time.
Okay, so hold up. So hold that thought. So there's a tag cloud associated with those 200 odd videos. So if you requested a song, just go on the homepage and you'll see the tag cloud of all the band names: Metallica and Dream Theater and Rush and Yes, and some obscure bands. Whatever we were able to post so far, you can at least check there. Or I'm thinking just do a search in Google or YouTube for Kel-n-Rich. You don't even need the dash, just Kel-n-Rich, and maybe the name of the song, the band name of the song, and lo and behold, it might come up.
There's also a search function on our website, and when we do a new video such as tonight, I will then, when we're done and we're going to bed, I'll go in and I'll upload whatever we've done on YouTube to the website. So the new videos are always on, I think, what is the left-hand side of the screen. So those will always be up to date. I won't not do that.
Yeah.
But in terms of your request from the past, we don't have an answer yet.
No, just do a search. That's the easiest one.
Search.
Look, there's the website search, so you can search on our website, but then there's the YouTube site on the World. Okay, just search the World site, which is just a Google or a Bing or whatever, Yahoo. Just type in Kel-n-Rich, the name of the song, or just name of the artist, and see what we've done from that particular artist.
We also have playlists on our YouTube account,
the YouTube
and it
channel
goes by a band. So we've tagged every 700 and whatever videos.
Yeah.
We've tagged them by the artist's name.
Yeah, the songs. There's more than 700. There's over 700 songs. Videos is like 680 or something.
Because some videos have 2 or 3 videos.
2 or 3 on the same
2 or
video.
3 sometimes.
Okay, so thanks.
Hopefully that answers your
so
question.
much, Richard, for the question. It's a great question. I'm sure a lot of people have that. So right on, man.
Let's mark it as read.
It's done. So Jed, 33 years old from Fargo, North Dakota.
Hi, Jed.
Will you guys be hitting a Baby Metal show this year? First time U.S. headlining tour. I'm attending the Minneapolis show and taking my 9-year-old son. Right on. Started him early. And it's the expression is kitsunis up. I'm not sure what that is. I'm sorry if I'm massacring that word.
Kittens.
Well, we're guessing.
Kits. We don't know.
So it might be this guy.
It's this one, right?
The fox.
The fox.
I don't know.
Or maybe
so
it's a kitten.
The short answer is we don't have plans to see Baby Metal.
Yet.
We're kind of we're at the max of our going away budget for unless they're coming really close like Fort Lauderdale or even Miami, Jacksonville maybe, but that's still an entire day and it has to be on the weekend. Chances are we're not going to get to see Baby Metal on this round. So yeah, if Bandmate comes by and they're within like 5 hours, that would probably be a more of our choice at this point, but there's so many bands, we would just really check them out. So we like Baby Metal. They would have to come really close.
Thanks for the question.
Thank you so much. That's cool. Okay, next one from Mike Beasley. Mike, you and I actually...
We need to put the star, not the check. Yeah. Sorry.
New system.
We're just trying to figure out how to keep track of knowing what we've done.
We want to know that we've done yours.
Yeah.
So Mike and I have actually communicated where do you make requests. So we've covered that, and how to make monthly donations without using PayPal. That's a great one. You can use Venmo or Zelle, and our email address is used, and it's for Venmo, VENMO, which is a little app. If you want to make a donation, that's really kind of you. Probably best to email me, but the quick answer is if you have the Venmo app, you just look under Kel-n-Rich Gafter. Okay, or Kelly and Kelly, Kelli and Rich Gafter, and you'll see us pop up, and you can send it that way. And you can also do like a bank transfer just using our email, which is again KELNRICHG, so Kel-n-Rich @gmail.com, and your bank is easily set up to do that. So thank you for wanting to do that.
And our last name is Gafter. It's the word after with a G in front of it.
Yeah, Gafter.
Gafter.
Okay, so KELNRICHG @gmail.com.
And my name Kelly is spelled with an I, KELLI.
Yeah, if you're using
Thank you for asking.
the Venmo. Okay, great. Moving on. So we're gonna have a whole video dedicated to Trudy Hebert Sims's question, and we're gonna do that.
Hubert.
Oh, okay.
It's
Right. I remember that.
Hi, Trudy. Hubert.
Right. From Louisiana. We'll be doing that in its own video coming up. Keith from UK, age
Hi,
54. That's a music request. We're not really going to handle that here. Rick Coate.
Hi, Rick.
This is another one that we're going to handle in a separate video for you, Rick. Okay, 55 years old from Pleasant Hill, Ohio. His question is, how do you get over a loss of a loved one? My wife died 4 years ago, and I'm still struggling with it.
So sorry for your loss.
So we're gonna handle Rick's question and Trudy's question all together, okay? Because it deals with bereavement, and we have a lot of experience with that. We've gotten a lot of help through that, and we have some strategies that actually really work. So make sure you check out that video. And then we're gonna finish up this video with Daryl Wood.
Hi, Daryl.
And Daryl's one of our awesome main contributors from the very get-go. Daryl, we love you so much.
Totally.
Your family, we got to meet on a live video that we were doing for Morning
Glory.
Yeah.
Morning Glory Vine.
Morning Glory Vine, who had just had her partner pass away very suddenly, and she was feeling lost, and she wanted to hear the song reacted to, Still Loving You by the Scorpions. And Daryl saw this in the comments, and we were busy doing what we were doing. It was kind of the early weeks of the Kel-n-Rich kind of experience, which we didn't plan on. And he messaged me because we had made contact. He said, "Hey man, did you see this what happened with Morning Glory Vine?" I said, "No." Well, the long and short of it is that Daryl was nice enough to take a phone call and actually do a reaction with the iPad right between us. So Google Kel-n-Rich Still Lovin' You, Scorpions, and you'll see this really cool moment for us where we did something new and we got to reach out to someone that was really hurting, and she got a tremendous amount of support in the comment section from the channel. And I think that's really one of the defining moments of our community here, Kel, is where people come together really fast. When Ann Wakehoff needed her GoFundMe, needed some money to deal with hospital bills. I mean, a lot of our subscribers, jumped into action, went and contributed to GoFundMe. So Daryl,
so many of you.
Yeah. So Daryl's question: he's 49 years old from Missouri. Getting old, man. Getting a lot older than me. I'm 48. You're way older. Rich, what was the first song that you heard that started your journey into heavy rock/heavy metal? And Kel, what song has affected you the most since doing reactions with Rich? Nice questions.
Those are deep.
You want to answer first?
No, you go first. Yours was first.
Yours was first. You're answering Kel to rank.
Think. You're not so good at the ranking.
Dangerous. All right. So, what was my first song that started my journey into heavy rock/heavy metal? I want to say what made me an absolute fanatic was probably Whiplash from Kill 'Em All from Metallica in 1983. That pushed me over the edge. I heard the Kill 'Em All and I just went, what? I've heard thrash or incarnations of thrash before, but that one just ripped my head off, crapped down my neck with heavy metal bits, and I was changed. And I put my head back on and I'm like, oh, I feel weird.
But better.
Started to try to shake it out. It's like, where's the heavy metal in my head? I got shit down my neck. Can't stop my head from bobbing. Before that, it was probably Black Sabbath. That doom sound from 1970 that made my face kind of do this when I was like 6. So yeah, that was right around I was 5. It was about 1975, 76. I heard my brother's friends playing Black Sabbath like at 11. This one goes to 11, Spinal Tap. It was loud and it was blasting from next door, and I was just like, holy cow. I think it was Wizard. It may have been Wizard. I can't remember. But yeah, that was the first one. That was my first heavy metal song that just made me go, wow. How about you, Kel? Well,
before we go there, I have one comment about Spinal Tap. So I did happen to see this ridiculously stupid movie at one point in my life, and I did not understand it whatsoever.
It hurts.
It was just, what are they saying, and why are they doing this, and what is it that it goes to 11? Because I had no understanding.
This one goes to 11.
About any of it, and I could hardly understand what they were saying. I don't even know what you're doing.
Chewing gum.
Okay. And so now I would like to watch it again because I think it would be very, very funny because I'll understand the movie. I didn't understand a shred of it. And I sat there watching it thinking, why does people want to watch this thing?
It's a mockumentary. It's a metal mockumentary.
I didn't understand that.
Say that 10 times fast.
No.
Metal mockumentary. Metal.
I would like to watch it soon.
Nice.
I think it would be very, very fun. Okay, and now to Daryl's question. Well, because I don't really rank the
songs. What songs affected you the most since doing reactions with me?
Well, I say there's about
give a couple.
Or 5.
Give a couple.
So, Blackbird by Alter Bridge.
Yeah.
I can't listen to it. Yeah, that one was tough. I expected it to affect you more than it affected me. Obviously, Silent Lucidity put me over the edge in terms of my own experience with music and my past and my childhood and the freedom I have acquired personally, professionally, creatively, spiritually. Just pick one. All the L-E's, all L-Y's, the Lees, is very important to me. And so that's a very impactful song. Mr. Blue Sky last night, I have to say.
Yellow.
that I went to bed hearing that song in my head, and I woke up with it this morning.
And I reminded her that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 starts with Groot.
And there's two or three of you
Two people
also
had remarked,
mentioned
maybe more. And yeah, tell the story. It's cool.
So we watched the Guardian of the Galaxy. We've seen them all, and
Opening night.
and we love them. And I was so tickled by Baby Groot dancing. The song totally didn't even register because I can't watch the songs that I don't know. I have to watch the video or listen to the song. So I was watching him, and he was so damn cute, and he's singing. And I stopped and I said, how do you know this song?
And I said, like I normally say, you don't know this song? This is Mr. Blue Sky by ELO. It's like the happiest song ever written.
And he gets the same look every time.
What?
So that happened at that time, and I didn't even connect that. He said it, and it went right over my head. I just was like, well, whatever. I don't know the song. Sounds good enough. He's dancing. You're dancing.
What a start to the movie.
But everybody in the theater was cheering and laughing like little kids, maniacally laughing. Fists were going up, and I'm like, what is going on with all of you? Mind you, it's a fairly funny movie to begin with, so it's one of my favorites. So, Mr. Blue Sky, definitely Dream Theater.
Which one?
At Wit's End, The Barstool Warrior, Seasons of Change, The Count.
Change of Seasons. Yeah.
Change of Season, The Count of Tuscany. The Call of Cthulhu by Metallica. I really, when I hear the symphonies and I hear them merging with the electric instruments, it really...
Yeah, the classical influence.
It brings me to my knees because that's so what I desperately wanted as a little classical musician. I was in my first orchestra at age 10. So, and before, not many of you might know this, but before I started really seriously playing the piano, I was playing the cello, and I was an excellent cello player. But I couldn't face one more year with that teacher. She was so mean and so awful, and she was driving us so hard, and I could not put myself through one more year as a cellist in her presence. And I got up and walked away. And it was hard because I'm very gifted musically. So she knew that. And that was one of the reasons why it was like a Whiplash. You remember the movie Whiplash?
Oh, I remember the movie Whiplash.
It was kind of like that, except cellists and little string instruments and little kids.
Cymbal. Duck.
She wasn't quite like that, though.
That was a crazy movie. Guys, if you haven't seen Whiplash, you have to see the movie Whiplash. If you just see it, just watch it. And then watch August Rush. Watch August Rush right after that because it'll
cleanse you.
Everything that you just watched. But it's a fantastically just drama-filled movie, and you just, oh my God, what that poor musician goes through.
This strings teacher, she was known for producing such high-quality musicians. And I just couldn't face her for another year. I already had 2 years of her. And I just couldn't do it. I was already having enough tyrants in my life as it was without voluntarily electing to be in her orchestra.
Yeah.
So I walked away. But I played in other orchestras since then. But it doesn't matter. The point is that I love the orchestras, and as a little kid I wished that they would plug it in. And now I'm seeing that it's all over the place.
I think
Thanks for the questions.
We're doing really well with time. We're trying to keep these segments to about a half hour.
Okay.
So I think we don't fall too far behind. I think we should keep going.
Go for it. Thank you for the questions, Daryl. We love you and we miss you.
Question from Jeff Ayers.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, Daryl, thank you so much, by the way. I didn't mean to just jump over that. Thank you, man. Jeff Ayers from Colorado, 57 years old. Have you heard Dave Kersner's Stranded?
No.
No, I think it's kind of electronic. I have, but it's on one of my playlists. Good music. I remember the song Stranded.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know Gajira has a song called "Stranded," I believe, but that's like electronic, I think. So we'll check it out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for the question.
If I click, we have this old Mac mouse, and that's what the clicking's about. We have a silent one, the Logi. The Logi, yeah. So sorry about that, guys. Wayne Titus,
Hi, Wayne.
72 years old, the senior of the list so far. Washington State. I ran across the two of you a few weeks ago and was immediately attracted by your honesty and warmness. It's obvious that you both really care about people. And I do love
Thanks,
Kel's
Wayne.
reaction. I'm not a big fan of metal, but I will watch you anyway. If you would ever want to branch out into the genres of music, say for example the blues, I have a few selections I would like to suggest. Oh, so this is a suggestion. No music suggestions on Ask Kel-n-Rich. Yeah, so he's asked us to do Joe Bonamassa and Beth Hart. They're both superb, award-winning blues musicians. Enjoy. And he provided a link. Thank you. Not the place for it, but just go to the requests engine on the homepage and put it there if you haven't already. Okay.
And I just want to say one thing. So the genres that we're covering already are so big. We have agreed that we're not going to open up the gates to any other genres at this point, because as much as I love blues and R&B and there's a whole bunch of things we'd like to do, it's just there's so much for us to manage right now.
Even old school rap, the crossover, the newer country that's rock, that's actually quite good. It's just too big. It's already so big.
Yes.
So thank you,
So
for your suggestions. Please don't be dissuaded because you can certainly give us the requests and maybe we'll listen to it in our spare time. But we're not going to do reactions to blues here. It's just, again, we have to draw the line somewhere. So
big.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go to the request engine.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So William Bill Bevins, one of our earliest subscribers and supporters here. Thank you, from Brea, California. We'll just read this. We're gonna, I think, finish on this one, Kel.
Okay.
You know what? We're gonna finish with one more because I see the question already. Yeah, it's a good question.
And we want
real issues from Bill. Hoping, happy your site is progressing nicely. I've told you
Thanks,
about my
Bill.
recovery from cancer before.
Yes.
When I got off antidepressants, I was told to fight depression, do things you like. Well, I like your channel. I can only be active 3 to 4 hours a day, so I have to spend most of my day laying down, so I have to keep myself entertained. Your channel puts a smile on my face. It also feels nice to be part of a community. Thank you so much, Bill, for saying that. That's what this is all about. It's always about community. I will ask Rich one question, though. Where in Western Massachusetts did you live? I lived in Northampton, West Springfield, and Agawam before moving to California in 1984. Well, Bill, my family moved us to Longmeadow, Massachusetts. You'll know where that is. In 1980, in August of 1980, I went to Longmeadow High School. I graduated in 1989. Go Lancers. And known for lacrosse, some of the best lacrosse players in the country and in the world, actually. And I worked at Riverside Park that was before it became Six Flags. I worked as a games operator and then eventually an assistant manager when I got a little older. But in 1984, I was wrestling in middle school, I guess, and we went to some tournaments in West Springfield, and also I went to University of Massachusetts at Amherst, so I lived actually on Market Street in Northampton, 44 Market Street, next to Joe's Pizza. And then I lived off campus in South Amherst on, I can't remember the south. Anyway, it was the long road down from Amherst going south. And then I moved to Northampton, where I actually was married. My first wife. We got married in Northampton at the Hotel Northampton, and there you go. So I'm a Western Mass boy. Absolutely, I know all those haunts. And my 30th high school reunion is coming up in October. Kel and I are going to that, and that's going to be a blast. We're going to Artie's Pizza or something.
And we've been back to Massachusetts several times since getting married, and he's taken me to Northampton. I love it there. It's so cute.
It's a really great
so
town.
fun to just walk around and all the little shops.
The art galleries are top notch,
Yeah.
and the restaurants
Such
are top
fun.
notch.
I love
and
the tie-dye store.
yeah, Faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to Faces, and yeah, going to what's the name of the breakfast place that we always go to. It's on the corner there opposite the movie theater. Anyway,
Yeah, lots of fun.
yeah. So thanks for taking me down a little memory lane there, Bill.
Yeah, thanks for the questions and
All
for
right.
being here.
And Jose
Jose.
Cespedes, 48 years old from Long Island, New York. What else besides music is your outmost passion? You first.
Again, can't have favorites. I've got way too many.
What do you like to do, Kel? What do you like to?
I love to play tennis. I love to hang around in the pool with this guy here. I love to paint. I love to play music and am revisiting learning how to be a rock star. So I'm taking all my classical training and I'm cheating.
Besides music, he said.
Right, but I love to write poetry.
She's very good.
Thank you.
She wrote a whole book.
Maybe one day we'll show them the book. I wrote a book about him. And I love to write, and I love to massage people because I love to help people feel better, which is partly what all this is about. And I believe that my mission in life, so when I first met Rich, he was not like the other men that I had known, and he was the only person from the States, and he was the only Jewish man I've ever met in my whole life. And this is important because I've learned a lot about Judaism, and he asked me in the third week, we were getting to know each other because when we merged our businesses, we were not friends. We didn't know each other at all. It was advice that was given to us professionally because of the way we are professionally, and it was said that we would be a much better team if we joined forces rather than worked the same sort of business idea in the same town, just differently. We needed to join together. So we did. We had a business merger. And it was upon the advice of one of our mentors that we trusted very much. But we didn't know each other. So then the first month or two, we were getting to know each other. So he turned to me one day in the office and he looks right at me and he says, "What's your mission?" I'm like, "Well, what's my mission?" He says, "Yeah, what's your purpose? Why are you here?" I'm like, "I get up, I go to work, I come home, I have a 10-year-old or whatever he was at the time. I feed him, we do his homework, I do my job, I do the house, and I go to bed and I get up and I do it all over again." He's like, no, that's your life. What's your purpose?" I said, "I don't have a purpose. What's your purpose?" And he said,
To help people feel more alive and healthy.
"In any way possible." He said, "That's why I've been put on the planet."
Possibly. It's just it's what I think
It
I'm
was-
here to do.
It
not-
gobsmacked me because I'd never heard anybody speak like that. And all of a sudden, this little voice inside of me says, well, I want a purpose. Well, what's my purpose?" And I looked at him and I said, "How do you know that?" And he said, "Because I've thought about it, and when Jewish children are born, they're born with the idea, they're given the idea that they're here to do a job, and that's how they're raised. And that's how he was raised." And I said, "Well, how do I find it?" And he said, "You have to start looking for it." He said, "You'll figure it out." Taps me on the shoulder, walks away. I thought about that conversation for 6 months. Every day I'm looking in the mirror before I go to work. I'm like, I don't have a purpose. I don't have a purpose.
I found this out after.
I don't have a purpose. I don't know why I'm
I
here.
had no
Why
idea
am I
the
here?
damage that I did.
Well, no, you see, there's a greater story. I have had many near-death experiences, and I have been resuscitated twice. I prayed for a long time
Keep talking.
that I wished to be killed. I just wished to be offed. I had no reason to be here, but every time I had an opportunity to be killed, I got away. 7 car accidents, fouled up surgeries, cardiac arrest on a surgical table, drowned in a pool, and
Violently drowned.
and killed
Like
on
someone
purpose. Premeditative. I survived all of it. And at the end of all those horrendous things, I keep thinking, why am I still... I survived falling into a 20-foot hole with 2 cougars. And so...
And not ladies in their 40s or 50s dressed up to do a lot of dating. Not those kind of cougars.
The
The
kind
real
that, the kind
cougars.
that eat you. And how could I have gotten away all this time from all these things? And why am I still here? And my miserable life that I just wished would just be ended every single day from age 4 to like age 37. Every day I got up and every night I prayed that something would just come along and take me. But I'm still here. So then he asked me that. Because there's got to be a reason why I am not dead. Because too many heinous things have happened to me. So I got to thinking about it. And I thought about it every day. Instead of thinking about killing myself, I started thinking about why am I here? What is it that I'm here to do? Because there has to be some reason.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
Well, that's what
Maybe.
spoke to me. So
Yeah.
what I came up with
It's
is...
good mental exercise. Spiritual exercise.
Well, it was just trying to answer a question that you'd asked me. I didn't see it as spiritual or as an exercise. You might interpret it that way. I just saw it as a burning question in my mind now that needed an answer.
It's like forgetting your keys. I need my keys. I need a purpose.
So one day it hit me. And I sometimes feel a little silly when I say it, but it's my truth. And the whole purpose of my being on this planet, and the one thing that brings me joy beyond and above anything else, is that I'm here to be an instrument of light and love. And my job is to bring light to dark spaces in people's lives. And that is the biggest passion that I have. And be it by physical touch or by a kind word or giving people space, being nice when maybe that's not what it is. I'm an altruist, and sometimes that has gotten me in a lot of trouble. But I've learned now that I can be 97% altruistic and 3% non-altruistic. He asked me one day, he's like, do you have to be self-sacrificing 100% of the time?
Can you I think I said, can you do like...
He said 93. I settled
93?
I said
I
settled at
93?
97.
Wow, that's a hard negotiation.
I settled at 97.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, that would be my highest purpose and my highest passion, and the place where I get the biggest joy is helping others and creating positive feelings in their lives and helping them in any way possible. If it's carrying groceries, opening a door, or something that's useful that makes somebody smile. There you go.
There you go. There's Kel's.
Great question.
Mine's going to be a lot shorter.
Thanks for listening.
Mine's going to be a lot shorter just because of time, and I think I can be fairly succinct. There's really not much to it. A lot of what Kel said about helping my fellow human being on the path, which is never really easy. It's full of challenges, but that's what life is. So I'm really into helping people get to the next level and contributing to their success. That's my number one passion, aside from everything with Kel. That is my passion. That is my purpose. Her, and being with her and having fun and supporting her, and that is my number one passion, without a doubt. And
Me too, you.
oh, well, there you go. So we might be a good match like that. And aside from music, I love playing catch. I love throwing an object and having it come back to me, and doing it again, and going further and farther down the road and around the trees, and see if we can hook it, and just being really creative with objects in motion. And I also have a passion for juggling.
Oh my God, he's so good. He's really good.
It takes practice, so I'm kind of out of practice. So yeah, my best, I was standing on one of those big exercise balls, the stability balls. I was actually juggling 4 balls at the same time
And
while
then
standing on the
I
stability.
threw a 5th one at him just to be cheeky, and he caught it and kept going. It was crazy.
Just one revolution. That was.
It was enough.
Yeah. So
was great.
So juggling is my passion, and putting together actually events. So if there's like a breakfast to put together for a volunteer, or if there's a show, or if there's like another show, like a comedy show, I'm really liking organization around production. I love production. And what are other passions? Love movies. That kind of goes into near the music, but I'm a real movie buff. And games. Games. As I get a little older, the higher risk physical games, not so much. I was a football player and a wrestler and a pitcher and a squash player. I love games. So that's why tennis is so good for us. And we're going to get into pickleball and padel and other games like that. So, yeah. It's not so artsy. That's never been one of my things. But I find myself surrounded by artists all the time. So, there you go.
Thanks for the question.
Great question, Jose. Thank you so much.
I'd like to know, Jose, what your passions are.
Yeah, let us know. Throw a comment, or you have our email.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for being here, everybody.
Thank you.
That was a little longer segment than we planned on. We're planning on about a half hour, so you can kind of understand us a little bit more. We can share some ideas, and then have at her in the comments. If we do answer someone's question that clearly is hurting, that's not the criteria here. You don't have to come broken, beaten, scarred.
No.
Okay? But if it just so happens that someone is down and feeling it, do what you can.
Yeah.
Take the chance.
Yeah. Let them know they matter.
Words from a stranger can be the best healing medicine ever, because there's no connection. It's just seeing the situation for what it is.
Nothing invested.
Totally untainted, nothing invested, just honesty, and just boom. So if you see something, if you see an opportunity, put your gear on and just go for it. Okay? Whatever you can give. Just some words of wisdom, or just a pat on the back, or maybe get them through the night. Sometimes that's all it takes. I've heard so many stories of people that were just on the precipice of killing themselves, or drinking, going back to the drink or whatever, and they just got through it that night, only to have a moment of clarity the next day. But it took something like that, some words of a stranger, or a telephone call, or an email, or something from someone that just got them over the hump.
Yeah.
Right? We can all use that sometimes. You never know when you'll be that catalyst. It's happened to me many times, and I can go on about that, about the importance of showing up, because you just never know what the impact is that you're going to have. So go for it. This is the platform. We have built it. We have come.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank all of you.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching all this time.
Thanks for your questions.
All right. Take care, everybody. Make
We'll
sure you
see you
send your
soon.
questions. Cheers.
Bye.